Hello everyone, welcome to Ace Your Test. Let's discuss the question of the day, which is based on time and work data sufficiency. Read the question. It talks about two machines, machine A and machine B, which were making 100 copies in 12 and 15 minutes respectively. Both the machines worked for 2 hours. There were X machines of type A and Y machines of type B. And ultimately, we need to find out the number of copies made by these two machines. So after reading the question, our basic temptation moved towards the option number C, which is the combination of the fact statement 1 and 2. Why? Because the moment we see two variables, one is X, the other one is Y, we assume that if I combine both the fact statements, I'll arrive at the answer. That's why these questions are known as the C trap answer questions. Let's see how we can avoid marking C as the trap answer if we break down the question in parts and pieces. So let's make two separate columns, one for machine A, one for machine B. Write down their respective rates, time, and work. So machine A was making 100 copies in 12 minutes. So the rate of machine A is 100 divided by 12. It worked for 2 hours. Since the time was in minutes, so I can write down the time as 120 minutes. Second machine making 100 copies in 15 minutes. So rate is 100 by 15. It also worked for 2 hours, 120 minutes. So if I write down the work, which is the product of rate and time, so this will give me 1000, this will give me 800. So that means one machine A is making 1000 units in 120 minutes. One machine B is making 800 units in 120 minutes. So the question says there were X machines of type A. So if I have to write down the expression of the total work which needs to be done, so that will be 1000 multiplied with X plus 800 multiplied with Y. So this is the work which I need to find out. So let's try and simplify it a little bit further. If I take out 200 common, that makes it 5x plus 4y. So our ultimate goal is to figure out the value of this. So I have to look for a fact statement which talks about either the individual values of x and y, or which can give me the same expression as 5x plus 4y. So if I move on to the fact statement 1, which says x is equal to y, but this gives me the relation, not the values. So hence I can say this is not sufficient. Moving on to the fact statement 2, which gives me the exact expression that I was looking for. Hence, this is sufficient. So here we can say the statement 1 was not sufficient, but statement 2 was sufficient. Hence, the answer is B. So now you have understood that in data sufficiency questions, it is always advisable to break down the question and simplify it up to the last extent, because that will help you out to avoid the wrong answers